looking better. So, welcome again. I'm going to talk to you briefly about Navarino and what we do, but I would like to start with the role of sipping. For most of us, sipping is something invisible. We really don't see it in our everyday lives, and yet it's really crucial to the way we live. Shipping is actually responsible for transporting 90% of the world's goods. Without it, we wouldn't be able to have neither the commercial goods we need, the industry wouldn't be able to get its supplies, our way of life would be entirely different. But life at sea is actually harsh and challenging. The seafarers are very often away from their families for months, and sometimes they might not even get close to land for months at all. And up till a few years ago, the only means of communication they had was just a phone call, which was very expensive and usually short and infrequent. Internet access was out of the question, extremely expensive, and when available, reserved to corporate use for very short text emails. As a matter of fact, there's vessels today that are still on older technologies, and that is still the reality for them. However, the past 10 years, satellite technology has greatly advanced. The newer satellites, they're capable of using higher parts of the frequency spectrum, which means they're able now to deliver much higher bandwidth with a lot more capabilities. Nowadays, internet access can be made available to crews, allowing them to have contact with their friends and family and stay connected, as well as enabling many more business applications which are just not possible before. We have tried to be, over the past 10 years, at the forefront of those developments. As a matter of fact, our flagship solution, Infinity, has been the best-selling solution, the one that firstly commercialized crew access for internet by providing to the company means to share their internet with the crew. Over these past 10 years, it has evolved with numerous other features that are all related with managing connectivity and IT, and it's still the best-selling solution worldwide. It's installed in 15% of the global fleet of merchant vessels. We are now at a point where all this technology is about to radically change again. The latest satellites that have been released, they actually can finally now offer true broadband connectivity. We might not feel this on land because we're used to fast connections. However, up until now, connectivity on a vessel might have meant 128 kilobits per second, whereas now we're able to finally deliver true megabit connectivity. Furthermore, technology is changing and is possibly going to become a lot cheaper and more available. But even more importantly, there's whole new fleets of satellites which fly in a low Earth orbit, which means much closer to the Earth. That means they will be able to deliver higher capacity, ranging in possibly even 100 megabits and with a much lower latency. Just to have a clear picture, a geostationary satellite is so far from the Earth, you need 550 milliseconds for a round trip. So the new satellite, you'll be able to have 50 megabits latency, which for the satellite industry is just groundbreaking. We're trying to keep in the foreground of all this. We keep track of all the new developments because it's both a challenge and an opportunity to us. We've started working on new platforms for automation that will be able to take advantage of this and provide new solutions. We're working to become an infrastructure company so that we'll enable all the new applications that shipping is bringing, whether that's related to autonomous shipping or IoT automation. For example, I'll show you a brief introduction of our latest solution called Spectrum, which is for managing fleets of vessels. This is a quick intro. Just see what we're working on. Now, I would like to also tell you a few things about the company itself, because I assume most of you and most outside the maritime field do not know about us. We're still a fairly small company of 135 employees, but we've been in business since '96, and we've been steadily growing every year. Our focus and solutions are mostly on engineering, and we have several departments which are all engineering-oriented, including R&D, software, and systems. And despite now being an international company with offices in several locations around the world, all the development, R&D, and engineering still always take place in Greece. We are big fans of open source. All our solutions are geared towards taking advantage of open source technologies and software. Over these years, we've developed a rich technology stack, which we always try to enrich and bring in new technologies that allow us to create new innovative solutions. We try to work as a development team and follow best practices as best as we can. We have a flat organization, and we do code reviews across team, and we also try to automate all our systems as far as possible. Everything new we build is based on automatic testing, so essentially manual QA is getting out of the way. You just push something to Git, and it's automatically tested, it goes to the chute, and if everything is right, it just gets built in a container, deployed on Kubernetes, and rolling upgrades happen automatically. So all that is taken out of our workflow. We just try to keep things as modern as we can. And if you share our vision, I'd like to say a few things why I think we're a cool place to work at. We are a stable company with a steady growth throughout the years, and I believe we offer a great working environment where it feels nice to go to work every day. And we have a very fun team of people. We try to keep a great work-life balance. We don't make people work long hours and give them crazy deadlines. And instead, we try to keep everything friendly. We give people chances to work remotely and have flexible work hours, as well as provide numerous other benefits which change in, like, let's say, extra day offs for non-smokers, or private health insurance, and several other things. But most importantly, we believe in our people and investing in them, so we provide many opportunities for training, for attending conferences, mentoring from more senior developers, and we really think that it's a very nice place to be working at. And I hope we can get you to share this view, and you'd be interested in joining our team. And that's all from me.